Quick announcement, I have a Twitch now. It's Storytime with Jeff, no spaces, and looks like this. I'll be streaming Minecraft this coming Monday night and Thursday night from 8 PM to 9 PM EST, so come check me out if you have some time. Anyway, on to the video. As a result of a weird scheduling glitch, I ended up taking a senior English elective my junior year. The class itself covered Greco-Roman literature, but for all I cared, it might as well have been about the logistical challenges of underwater basket weaving. Like, why should I care that there were some guys 3,000 years ago who simped so hard over a girl that they sent the entire known world into war over her? I could get the exact same experience plus some just from going to Belle Delphine's Instagram page. Plus, I'm pretty sure that Helen of Troy didn't sell her bathwater. The class itself was honestly fairly uneventful. Every day I'd sneak into class 20 minutes late, pray the teacher hadn't yet taken roll, and sit in the back left corner looking at memes for the remaining hour of class. I think the class might have actually been more interesting had I'd bothered to look up from my screen or actually talk to somebody, but that wasn't a chance I was willing to take. I cruised through almost the entire semester like this, but 2 weeks before the semester ended, just as I could see the light at the end of the tunnel, I was told there would be a mandatory group project. This was a problem because I knew a grand total of 5 people in the class and had only ever talked to 2 of them. So while everyone else was grabbing their partners and figuring out what they'd be doing for their project, I kind of awkwardly looked at the 2 guys I knew and wiggled my eyebrows a bit. One of them must have been telepathic because they managed to understand my pathetic attempt at human communication and invited me to their group. But when we were given our assignment, I wish that I had just dropped out of the class, sold all my possessions, and moved to Palau as a hermit instead, because instead of writing an essay or doing something simple like that, we had to write and act out an entire Greek play about a historical figure. Now, you'd think that I'd enjoy doing something like this, considering that's pretty much what my YouTube channel is, but even with an ego the size of a small planet, I cannot stand watching myself act. I don't know why, but there's just something about seeing myself unironically pretending to be something I'm not that just makes me wince. Hence why I never watch any of my old videos where I pretend to be funny. Anyways, with our fates thus sealed, we had to decide on a figure from Greco-Roman times to portray. One of the guys in the group, Rich, suggested that we do the Greek philosopher Diogenes. Now, with a name like Diogenes, you might suspect that he was some sort of crusty old dude with a huge white beard who sat around all day writing down his hallucinations in a Yoda voice like, a Gemini you are! Excuse you from vehicular manslaughter while high on ketamine that does not! No. Diogenes was much more than that. Let me illustrate why. Diogenes, also known as Diogenes the Cynic, was born in 404 BC in Sinope and died in 323 BC in Corinth. Not much is known about his life until he visited the oracle at Delphi at some point and was told that he should, quote, debase the currency. After getting thrown out of Athens and having all his material possessions taken for taking the oracle's suggestion literally and defacing coins, Diogenes decided that what she had meant was instead that he should try and deface the political currency, i.e. the philosophy of the current day. So he went back to Athens, set up shop in a barrel outside the market, and made it his life's goal to challenge established customs by any means necessary. His barrel was originally located inside the market, but after a few too many social experiments, where he'd do things like spit on people and shout obscenities as loud as he could to see who would react, he was forcibly evicted and forced to settle outside. Diogenes was also possibly the world's first furry thanks to his association with dogs, and my complete inability to actually remember why he was associated with dogs. His only worldly possession was a wooden bowl he used for food and drink, but after seeing a peasant boy drink from his hands, Diogenes smashed that against the cobbles and exclaimed, "Fool that I am, to have been carrying superfluous baggage all this time!" On another occasion, after hearing that Plato had described a man as being a, quote, featherless biped, Diogenes barged into Plato's academy with a plucked chicken and screamed, "Behold, a man!" Towards the end of his life, Diogenes was paid a visit by Alexander the Great, conqueror of the known world. When Alexander asked if Diogenes wanted anything at all, Diogenes responded, "Yes, get out of my son." Perhaps a more appropriate name would have been Diogenes the Based. So, how would we pay homage to a man of such stature, of such reputation, of such an integral part of Western culture? Well, we'd wait until the night before, and then spend 6 hours writing the script, recording the scenes, and re-recording them because they turned out to be absolutely awful. Knowing that our production quality was going to be worse than one of those Fortnite cinematic edits by a 5-year-old, we knew we had to do something special to make up for it. Having a chorus of dogs which consisted of me and another guy holding up slips of paper with poorly drawn dogs on them wasn't going to be enough, so we asked our boy Rich to take the fall for us. Like a true martyr, he agreed without hesitating at all when we finished the video. When we went to class the next day to present our project, however, I realized that maybe we'd gone a bit too far. Either way, it was too late to change anything, and so I hooked up my computer and showed the entire class 10 minutes of Rich sitting shirtless in a trash can with a plastic bag beard, complaining about why he should be allowed to call people drooling brainlets because of freedom of speech. Well, at least I passed the class. Now, I wasn't about to just drag Rich's name through the mud without also giving him a shout out. Steamo, who makes my outro music, collabed with Rich on their new song Goldfish, and they made a music video for that. Give it a watch, they're low-key packing more heat than the firebombing of Guernica. Link is on the screen in the top right now, and in my video description. Besides that, remember to check out my Twitch at Storytime with Jeff, follow me on Instagram at Storytime with Jeff, like, sub, and bump the deluxe version of Pop Smoke's newest album. Woo forever. The smoke will never clear. See ya.